Good morning. One thing I got to do before I start is I got to say, class of 7 and 8, Parkrose, Diane, yeah! Just a piece of personal history. Diane Larson and I went to school together all the way from middle school at Heights all the way through high school. And it's great to see her. She also happened to be my son's kindergarten teacher. So thank you, Diane. He's now off to Western Oregon. So anyway, with that, on behalf of the Parkrose Board of Education, I'd like to welcome you to the 2010-2011 school year. And this morning I'm going to touch on a few topics and their effect on Parkrose students. First is funding. As we all know, this has been some of the worst economic times in the last 70 years. Unemployment in Oregon is at 10.6%. And this has had a direct impact on school funding. Parkrose has lost over $4 million in funding, which is more than 10% of our operating budget. And as many of you are well aware, that has caused us to reduce staff. And in a school system, staff is it. Over 85% of our costs are in staff funding. And it hurts me and the rest of the board to have to be put in a situation where we have to ask our superintendent to give people pink slips and then go and also ask for a reduction in days. This isn't something that we're happy about, it's something we're kind of stuck with. And I'm not really pleased with that at all. So we have made efforts to try to talk to our legislators and our other politicians in the state to see what they can do. And we're going to continue to do that. We actually have this year, one of our board members, James Woods, is going to be working very closely trying to lobby legislators in that area. But there is some good news. Even the reductions of continued funds at the state level, Susan Castile has guaranteed that K-12 education will not suffer any more cuts. And with the additional federal funding that's available to us, we will not have to reduce any more staff. As you well know, the board meets in a retreat every year to come up with its goals. And our goals this year entitle these kind of areas. One is to perform to standards and benchmarks and more. And I'm going to have like a little refrain on each one of these to help each student grow to reach their full potential. What we mean by that is we want not only just to hit benchmark with those students, which is very important, but those students that already reached benchmark, where can they go? How can we reach their full potential? To effectively utilize assessments and data analysis, again, to help each student reach their full potential. Collaboratively work in professional learning teams, again, to help each student grow to reach their full potential. Implement effective instructional practices, including systems of intervention and extension, once again, to help each student reach their full potential. To develop community and post-secondary partnerships, again, to help students so they can reach their full potential. Employ culturally responsive teaching and learning practices, again, so each and every student can reach their full potential. And to pass a May 2011 bond election so that we can provide facilities so these students and their dear educators can have the best possible place to do this work so that each student can reach their full potential. I think the theme is pretty clear, and we hope that the professional development that we focus on in the year to come, along with Dr. Monty, will help students reach their full potential. And those areas are professional learning communities, a focus on reading and writing, along with Wicker, data analysis, and formative assessments. Many wonderful things have been said about education. And I live with a third grade elementary teacher. She works in Evergreen School District, and she's taught in her classroom for 25 years. And I understand that there's a lot of cliches about education. But I would like to say this. The world of tomorrow will be full of promise only because of your hard work with parents, students, and most of all, each other. Without that, you can't do your exceptional job that you are doing now in Parkrose. And since I'm a product of this system, I want to thank you, each and every one of you, and the colleagues of yours that came before, for the wonderful dedication and work that you do. Because without you, there really is no tomorrow. Thank you very much.